Doge was in the building. We took down our pride flags. I took out any books I felt would be incriminating.
$1.5 million to advance DEI in Serbia's workplaces. $70,000 for a production of a DEI musical in Ireland. $47,000 for a transgender opera in Colombia. I don't know about you, but as an American taxpayer, I don't want my dollars going towards this crap.
They should be doing due diligence with the money that we work hard for and we give them. Who in the F would have a problem with us making sure they spend our money right? Doge. Let's go to the Doja Cat. It's a girl named Doja Cat. She a rapper, I guess. She the nastiest rapper I ever seen. Anyway, let's go to Doge. There's a whole bunch of clips associated with this. These people are silly. They about as silly as my 3-year-old when he had too much sugar. And he about to go to bed and he don't want to go to bed, so he hitting everybody and flipping out. They about as silly as little Bo when he on a sugar bump. Doge is here to cut government spending. Every single person on planet Earth, mostly in the United States of America, should think it is an incredible idea to manage the finances that we are interjecting into the government. They should be doing due diligence with the money that we work hard for and we give them. Who in the F would have a problem with us making sure they spend our money right? What dummy thinks that they should be able to blow all our money? We should have no accountability. How dare you want to hold the government accountable? They only mad because Trump did it. Everybody want the government to spend their money right. Why y'all arguing with us? It's kind of like when I argue with my oldest son. Now, we've been good. We haven't argued in a couple days. But it's like, I've been there, done that. What are you talking about? Why you arguing with me? I know this. I already know this, bro. You ain't even looked it up. Why you arguing with me? It's just like them. It's like, why y'all arguing with us? We're trying to help the government be managed well. You should be doing that with your own money in your own life. You got an accountant that ain't managing your money. But let's look at the difference between the conservative theology and the left theology. If you look at the left, look at what they're saying about Elon Musk, how Elon Musk is plowing through the authorities. Then you go down, he is not the king. Is Elon Musk really making America great again? It's all these attacks on Elon Musk and Doge because they're actually doing the job that the people asked them to do. And then you look at the conservative side, look at it said, Elon Musk tightening grip on federal governments. Is Doge's constitutional crisis, which is obviously a defense of Elon Musk. Elon Musk dunks on Senator Chuck Schumer. So you can clearly see that if you're a Republican or you are on the right side, it's in favor of Elon Musk. Left side, it's against Elon Musk. That's why you need to look at ground.news to get your information, and also use 345 articles, and you can see which ones are left, right, and in the center. And you can only get that at ground.news/Tatum. Link will be in the description section. Before I go on, I want to tell you guys about the blind spot, because this is also important as well. All you got to do is look at the very top. What are the left missing out on, which is their side over here to the left? It says Trump has signed an executive order banning transgender athletes from women's sports. Not one article is written by the left, all conservative side. And then you go over to the right, it says judge says Elon Musk claims of harm from OpenAI are a stretch, but welcomes possible trial. Barely reported on by conservatives and mostly reported on by the left. You can go down as much as you want to see where you're missing your information. Subscribe through my link at ground.news/Tatum, or download the mobile app and user offer code Tatum for 40% off the Vantage plan, the same plan that I use for unlimited access. Let's go to the first clip of Scott Jennings, because y'all know we love Scott Jennings. He's talking about the defunding or the pause in funding. He's not really defunding. He's paused the funding in the USAID. That's literally a slush fund for these activist woke nut jobs to just blow your money. Just wait till you hear what they blew your money on. I mean, billions of dollars on stupid stuff. Can you believe it? Roll the clip.
This Republican Party is the rule of law party. Mm-hmm. There are ways to address this. There are ways to zero out funding. There are ways to review things or change it legislatively. This is not that way. What's the rationale here?
Well, it is an entity that exists within the executive branch. That's number one. And it has often been at odds with the U.S. State Department And that's not a good thing. As Marco Rubio said today, everything USAID does, or the bureaucracy does, needs to be aligned with the foreign policy goals of the United States. And so putting Rubio in charge of USAID today helps begin to achieve that alignment. I'm actually a supporter of American soft power. That's what we call it, soft power. I believe it's good. I believe it's often been used as a tool to help the United States combat influence from China and other adversaries around the world. But there is a difference between soft power and soft stupidity. So whether you're funding whether you're funding like DEI musicals in some country or transgender surgery somewhere or whatever, that is not what most Americans.
Not what is happening.
That is not what most Americans would say is an effective tool of U.S. foreign policy.
On everything that
I'm not. I have a whole list right here. I mean, if you want me to forward it to you, I will. But the reality is, we have lots of money going to projects that don't do anything for the United States.
Cut those projects. Many governments do
that.
But why
Welcome to the Republican Party. That's what we're doing.
Why are you trying? Why are you locking people out of their office? Why are you trying to tell people to stop working?
Because the bureaucracy is non-responsive.
Without the accountability
because the bureaucracy is non-responsive.
Congress,
Can I just add one thing?
Ashley, go ahead.
It's hard to believe that someone that added $8 trillion to the U.S. deficit is really even serious about cutting costs. So I don't buy this argument that this is an effort to cut costs and make sure that there's not any government waste.
It's an effort to cut stupidity. These programs, and I could read out the whole list. If you'll give me 60 seconds, I'll read the whole thing. But there is a difference between smart soft power and dumb spending by left-wing ideologues who inhabit this bureaucracy.
This is the president's efforts to undermine government one agency at a time. He's signing an executive order to get rid of the Department of Education, probably as we speak. That's what this is all about. It's an effort to undermine our government one agency at a time.
Who's running the government? I mean, I know you know how this works, but the president's in charge.
Your president is.
You can't undermine your own government. He's in charge of the bureaucracy, and all they're asking for, Phil and everybody else, is for the money that we spend around the world to be aligned with U.S. foreign policy interests. They have put out a long list of programs that have nothing to do with our interests. Why can't we go in and root that out and redirect the money coming from the Secretary of State to the things that matter the most? That's it. That's all they want.
Scott?
All right, let's go to Karoline Leavitt, the beautiful Karoline Leavitt. They picked a smart, beautiful young lady. They can't say nothing to her. She's invincible. They can't say nothing to her. You can't talk. First of all, she's smart. You can't talk about. Then she's stunning. So then, what you got? Cry River, you little leftist. This is what conservative women look like. Go.
And here's the reason why Elon Musk and others have been taking a look. Because if you look at the waste and abuse that has run through USAID over the past several years, these are some of the insane priorities that organization has been spending money on. $1.5 million to advance DEI in Serbia's workplaces, $70,000 for a production of a DEI musical in Ireland, $47,000 for a transgender opera in Colombia, $32,000 for a transgender comic book in Peru. I don't know about you, but as an American taxpayer, I don't want my dollars going towards this crap, and I know the American people don't either, and that's exactly what Elon Musk has been tasked by President Trump to do, to get the fraud, waste, and abuse out of our federal government. Thank you, guys.
I'm out of here. She ain't wasting no time with them. God, I love it, man. I'm glad we back, man. We back, baby, and better than ever, to be honest. So let's play, I want to play the USAID. It's kind of weird because it's USAID or USAID acronym. Worker described what Elon Musk them did when they showed up. These people ain't ready for. First of all, people saying Elon Musk is sleeping in the office. He crazy, bro. I like him to be crazy. I need them to keep him in check though, because God is still on the throne. So you can't be doing all that transhumanist stuff. But I do love the fact that he one of these people that just outside of the box. He probably is sleeping in the office just to psychologically trigger these leftists that aren't used to hard work and rigor. Like they're not used to any of that. Roll the clip.
The administration. It was late last week that the Doge team showed up at USAID offices in Washington and demanded access. USAID employee Christina Dry described the scene.
Doge was in the building. We took down our pride flags. I took out any books I felt would be incriminating. No one was talking. We heard they started taking transcripts automatically of all of our Google Meets.
We took down pride flags. I hid like think about this for a minute. Why the USAID have pride flags in their headquarters. What does that have to do with United States interests in aiding in these philanthropic ways or whatever? I guess that's what they supposed to be doing. Why do you have pride flags up in there anyway? And why do you feel you need to take them down? What they really saying is that they're in there doing a whole activist movement. And when they bust down a door, they don't want people to know exactly what they've been in there doing all this time. The stuff they've been promoting, how they've been bludgeoning people. I guarantee you 90+% of these people are all leftists. I guarantee you. Roll the clip.
They unplugged the news in the little kitchen galleys. It didn't feel good. And then Saturday, all of the websites went down. And then I lost complete access to my computer.
Cry me a river, you little leftists. They coming in there because y'all need to go to work. Let me tell you what, this generation of people, I think her generation, you could tell she's probably in her 20s to 30, are some of the laziest, weirdest people I ever met. Some people just have lost touch with hard work. They've lost touch with hard work. You can't sit at home and think you're going to get a paycheck every day. And we know when you at home, you ain't doing your work. Then you go to some of these people at work. You can't think outside the box. You don't want to work hard. Somebody tell you, can you stay overtime? You finna die. You can't believe that somebody would ask you to stay over and work a little extra. I wasn't raised like that. I had too much pride to let any of that get in the way. My first job, I worked for Pro Logistics, which was a company that will outsource employment. So it's like a temp company. My first job, I'm saying my first job that I got after I had my kid and after I left college and all this stuff. I used to go to Target warehouse, which was 50 minutes from my house. And I was making $10 an hour, 10-hour shifts. I was coming home with $100 a day. I probably spent that in gas. I don't know. I was going to grind and do whatever I needed to do until I got another opportunity. So I got up and I drove every single day to work that job to make sure I could provide for my family, and I did it with excellence. When I had to go and box that thing up, I was boxing better than everybody. Cut away from you. Make sure you cut away. I want them to be like, this kid is the coldest one in here. They go take a break. I'm running my break. Take my break. Get back. I'm the first one back. Everybody was saying, oh, that guy, man, he worked hard. It's because that's how I was built. I played sports. I was built like that. Then I got my job working at premium Verizon Wireless premium retailer, not the real one, the premium retailer. So y'all better watch out for the premium retailer. It's not the real Verizon. Never got paid out, $7 an hour. Worked every single day, never took a day off, never was late to that job. I worked hard, even though I hated it. Nowadays they quitting and it's too hard. Shh. Come on, next clip. Let's play the clip of Elizabeth, fake Indian Warren, Pocahontas Warren. Roll it, the fake outrage.
The system that makes sure that your granddad gets his Social Security check, the system that makes sure that your mom's doctor gets Medicare payment to cover her medical appointment, and the system that makes sure that you get the tax refund that you're owed has been taken over by Elon Musk. And every organization from your state government that uses federal money on that bridge project to the local Head Start that takes care of little kids while their mommies and daddies go to work is now at the mercy of Elon Musk. Maybe you get paid, or maybe you don't, because now it appears that all of us work for Elon Musk. Elon just grabbed the controls of our whole payment system, demanding the power to turn it on for his friends or turn it off for anyone who doesn't.
She got to get sued.
One guy deciding who gets paid and who doesn't. It is not the law, but it is the reality. Now there's a second problem here. It's not just payments from the federal government that are now in Elon's control. Elon and his handful of friends now have full access to your personal and financial information that's in the system. Your payment history, your Social Security number, your bank account numbers. Elon now has the power to suck out all of that information for his own use. Now, whether it's
Stop. I can't. I had to stop her for a minute. Elon Musk just sued it out of her. he has access, just take this for his own. That's the stupidest thing in the world. There is no job on planet Earth that just say you got access to steal people's personal information. That's against the law. That's a federal crime. He don't have access to procure your information just because he's a part of Doge. That is a government appointed position. You have to have a security clearance. You can't just be willy-nilly dealing with people's information. You will go to prison. If Elon Musk took your information and used it for his personal use, he will go to prison. That is a federal crime. What are you talking about? Elon Musk don't need your information because he got half of your information anyway because you on X. Why you need to steal the government information? Some of y'all ain't got nothing. He on X. He got all y'all stuff on X. He don't need to steal nothing. This dude the richest man in the world. What is this little information? Look, couple thousand people gonna do for man? Holy, half of y'all broke anyway. 40% of the people on welfare. Hey, what are you gonna do with your money? Shut up, man. That dude ain't doing that. You should trust him because look at what he's done with all the companies he's had. They used to love this man. Now they hate him. Roll it.
His finances or expand his political power. It is all to Elon. And there is a third problem. In order for this handful of programmers to gain access to our $6 trillion payment system, we don't know what safeguards were pulled down. Are the gates wide open now for hackers from China, from North Korea, from Iran, from Russia? Who knows? Black hackers all around the world finding out about each one of us and copying that information for their own criminal uses. Donald Trump and his billionaire buddies are determined to take over this government to make it work better for themselves and worse for everyone else. And this is just the start. As we gear up for the tax fight, it will become even clearer. He'll open the doors for his billionaires and giant corporations to find more ways to loot the government at your expense. Everyone else pays more for groceries, more for housing, more for prescription drugs, and more for health care. When unelected billionaires start ransacking our government offices, this is not business as usual. Nope, nothing is normal. We are living a nightmare created by Donald Trump and Elon Musk, and we need to wait.
Finish it, 16 seconds.
We need to use every tool we have to get back, and in the Senate we can start by saying no to dangerous Trump nominees like Tulsi Gabbard and Russ.
Can you believe this woman who lied about being an Indian got up here and grandstanded with just completely fabricated falsehoods? You think Donald Trump went through the potential of getting killed, in prison, bankrupted, just so he can help some billionaires that he wasn't even friends with? You can't help a billionaire that much. He already got billions. What are they saying? Are you going to make Jeff Bezos richer? He can't get any richer than he is. What are you going to do with the money? That man, when you rich like that, you're not looking, to be honest, you're not looking for how much richer can you get to a certain degree. You're looking at how to make the business be a bigger platform and for you to have generational wealth, because you can only have and spend so much money in your lifetime. That man ain't trying to accumulate a bunch of wealth for himself, because when he dies, where's he going to go? He has to be able to pass it down to somebody. He needs a legacy in the company. And these people are so disingenuous with this. To deduce or reduce a man like Donald Trump down and the voters down to being so stupid that we just going to let foreign governments come and hack our stuff. How many foreign governments have hacked Elon Musk's businesses? But he going to let them hack the government so his business can go out, so they can destroy the whole country that his business is based in. What does it benefit for Trump to destroy the country? His family live here. His kids are here. Generations of kids. His grandchildren live in America. He going to just ruin America because he going to make a few people rich that's going to die in the next 20 years anyway. That's what y'all think. That's what they trying to tell you. You that dumb to believe that? He doing all this. You would think he would try to, if he was a narcissist and selfish, you would think he'd be trying to do this so he can brag about how he helped his kids have the best country ever. That lady got on that platform and just told lies. Just made up random, crazy, asinine things. Like there's no oversight for Doge. There's no oversight for Doge. I can't believe these people are like still alive. I'm surprised God even struck them down. I would never just flat out lie to y'all like that. I would never just say something just to make Democrats look bad. I just make up random stuff. He gonna turn us over to the aliens. It's like what are you saying, bro? Roll the clip.
Also know this is just the beginning. If Doge attacks USAID today, then you can be sure they'll move on to another target tomorrow. Who knows? Maybe it'll be the Postal Service, or the IRS, or even the Social Security Administration. They could be next. Or maybe our national security agencies.
Hey, Chucky, wouldn't you want them to mitigate wasteful spending in all of these areas? How did it become a bad thing to audit the IRS? What person in America wants the government to leave the IRS alone? None of us who got common sense want to pay taxes to start with. Let's just get that started. None of us want to pay these taxes. Why would we be opposed to you making sure the IRS is operating like it should be and not taking advantage of the people? These people have spent their whole career advocating for against the IRS and all this other stuff. And then when Donald Trump does it, all of a sudden they have an epiphany that they hate every single thing that they previously stood up for. These Democrats were the very Democrats who was pushing that illegal aliens better not come to America. Hillary Clinton got a clip out right now of her just bashing illegal aliens in this country, saying you will be deported. And they turn around because Donald Trump agreed with them. They turn around and now advocate open borders and as many illegals as can humanly get here, that can humanly possibly get here. I can't believe that. It stressed me out thinking about like people could just, government officials can just randomly say random stuff to just create controversy with no substance behind it. All right.